Hey, welcome ladies and gentlemen, it's your host Shane Gilfin. You've joined us for the first round of the Matrixx Plumbing Champions League for 2023. This week, in tradition, in honour of our Australian Grand Prix, we're doing the Formula 1 cars at Albert Park. And the Champions League is going to be a mixed selection of car and track combinations, so it's not just going to be one class. It's going to be multiple different cars around the world. On multiple different tracks. I hope you can join us for one of those events, and we'll get to that in a bit. But currently we're in qualifier session on track, and at the moment it's Vlad Tokarev from Russia leading the quali session with a 1:16.1. The closest behind him is listen to that engine, that's beautiful. Alright, so Scott Flack in the Williams. He's in P2 at the moment. I got James Spotto in the Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton livery. He's a couple of seconds back. It looks like it is going to be a race between Vlad, Scott and Eric Chandra from Indonesia, who hasn't posted a lap yet. The track limits are very strict here, so a little off track will invalidate your time, so it's very important just to post in a time at the moment. Just go through the field. So I've also, Eric Chandra's currently P4 without a lap at the moment. We've also got Gabriel Nunez. Looks like Andrew Shalawi's in the McLaren's posted up in the top 3 at the moment. He'll be on the second row of the grid with that time. He's just gone back to the pits to get a fresh set. There is only 3 and so minutes left in quali. We were expecting a couple more drivers, but they couldn't make it tonight, so that's unfortunate. Also got Matthew Pritchard in the Red Bull car. Unable to post a lap thus far, but there's still 3 minutes to cross that start-finish line and get in a clean lap. With this amount of drivers, it's not that important to post a time, really. We've got 50-lap race, which is going to be quite a lengthy race. Some guys will try this on hards and go just with the one stop. Some others will just stay on the softs, the red band tyre. See if I can show the tyres available to the drivers. See at the moment. So I'll go back live, bring up the live timing for you guys at home watching and following your favourite driver. So we're watching Matthew Pritchard now, trying to post a lap, get up a couple of spots up ahead, as he's currently in P7 without a posted lap time. Only 2 drivers yet to post. That's Eric Chandra from Indonesia, and he's trying hard. You can see him really cutting lap 1. It looks like he's cut that as well. So he may have time to come out and get across the finish line, or he might just give up and say, look, I should be right for the race. He's going to try with a 1:16. He needs to get out of pit lane pretty quickly, get himself up there. We are here at Melbourne Park. Sorry, Albert Park, Melbourne, I should say. If you watched the race on Sunday, there was a few red flags. Hopefully we don't get 4 red flags today. Very unfortunate for Carlos Sainz to just clip Alonso and cop a 5-second penalty, taking him from 4th way down to 12th. Back of the cars that were remaining on track. Not Not too sure if they're going to actually dispute that one, as it was a fair penalty. Well, I won't say the penalty was fair, but flipping Alonso was unfortunate. Thanks for joining us live on YouTube. This is round one of the Champions League. Round one, the F1's at Melbourne. This Champions League of 2023, thanks to Matrixx Plumbing, will be testing the racecraft of every driver. If you're good at F1, you might not be good on the dirt, or in a Brazilian stock car, or in an Australian touring car of the late 80s. But this league will definitely test those skills and mix up the group as we see the checkered flag and the timer goes 0. Drivers have still got plenty of time to cross the line at the moment. Give us their fastest lap. I'd say Eric Chandra on screen now. It's the last one to post the lap. Richard Nunez in the pits. 4 and 5. James Spotto struggling to get another lap in. Eric Chandra really testing the limits there. Look at that. It's unbelievable how fast those cars can get through that section. He's got 2 green sectors. That's 2 PBs for him. Needs to get through this corner about the 110 mark, which he's done just after. And it's a straight run down to the finish line. The target P1 was a 115, a scorching lap. But he manages to post in a 118. Congratulations, that's not a bad lap. Right on the death too to take P3 from Andrew Shalawi. Okay, that's the end of quali session. We'll see if the boys are rested, ready to go for the race. 50 laps, it's a long one. It's going to be formation lap. So we'll join you straight after this commercial. Okay, welcome back. Boys are ready to go. 50 laps. They're settling in, setting their fuel and tyres for this long race. We'll see who's gridded up already. All the boys still on in pit lane. You can see the big crowd here today, waiting these guys gridding up, and that's Gabriel Nunes gridding up in P5 at the moment. It's going to be a formation lap to start. Just wait for all the boys to grid up. They have about a minute to set up their car and get on the grid, as we can see them all popping on now, just before we're about to roll off. Okay, so the boys are rolling off. We'll bring up the quali results and the starting grid. And it was Vlad Tokarev from Russia with a 1:15.4. Just finishing ahead of Scott Flack in P2 with a 1:16.6. Great lap from him. And we saw Eric Chandra coming in to take third from Andrew in P4. Gabriel Nunes in the second of the Mercedes cars, starting in P5. Matthew Pritchard in the Max Verstappen livery, and James Spotto not really getting one of his best lap times in there. He's done better than that in practice. So we'll see how it goes on the long runs. Boys are stretching out now, trying to warm up those tyres. It is going to be a quick start. These boys are going to be on it out of the gate. So we're looking forward to watching this all unfold as we go through the streets of Albert Park. Beautiful location. And these are the 2023 cars available on your Steam workshop in rFactor 2. The link for the car and track is in the description down below. Make sure if you want to race with us, you hit us up on the Discord channel and start registering to our leagues. We have 3 leagues: V8 League, British Touring Car League, and this Champions League, where we'll be visiting lots of different cars and tracks around the world. Vlad Tokarev in the beautiful Aston Martin car. Just doing a couple more burnouts, getting the temperatures into the rears, getting a good takeoff. Scott Flack loves the underdog, so he's chosen the Williams car. So watch for these to take off. And Eric Chandra will be hot on their tail as well. Okay, 5 lights. When they go out, it's race and we're underway, 50 laps. Who's got this good start? Looks like Scott Flack on the inside's got a great start, challenging Vlad Tokarev, but it's Vlad going through, and that's, looks like we saw Andrew take out the, just watch the start again. He's outbroke himself and taken out Scott Flack, unfortunately. So we go back live now. Boys starting to settle in. And it's flat out front. Sizable gap now, almost 2 seconds. Eric Chandra. And Scott Flack's got a lot of work to do from the back of the field there. It's Andrew's first time in the Formula One, so his first race in the Formula One, and just on cold tyres, just hit the grass and went straight ahead, as we saw, unfortunately taking out Scott Flack. So he's back in P6 at the moment, but it's Eric Chandra now in P2, chasing down Vlad Tokarev from Russia. So it's the Russian and the Indonesian out in front, with James Spotto from the back of the pack, moved up into P3 at the moment. Great job from him. Matthew Pritchard in the Red Bull chasing down James Spotto. Oh, taking that turn 1 hard there. Really taking the tight entry there. Not reducing too much speed. But Scott Flack in the Williams. Will he dive in under? Oh, he's on the soft tyres, so he's expecting He's on the right tyre to regain some positions because these other boys are on the long game with the harder tyre. We'll actually see what tyres people are gone with. Tokarev on the mediums, Chantra's gone the hard, so he's going to go the long first stint. See how long he can get. It's probably going to pay off because he's got a dream run into, and we're on board with Scott Flack now. Oh. Just letting Gabriel Nunes take that. And we've got James Spotto in the soft tyre as well. Matthew Pritchard gone hard for the opening stint. We'll see how many laps that gets them, and then we'll know how many pit stops they should have throughout the race. Vlad just protecting that lead out now. He's on the medium, so he's just going to protect those tyres. Low degradation at this circuit. He's already got a 5-second gap. He's one of the top 30 in the world in the esports game. So we're proud to have him with us tonight, all the way from Russia, showing us boys how it's done. Unfortunately, Scott Flack come undone on that opening lap, so it didn't really give us an opportunity to see Scott in action, because Scott actually races with the Europeans, has to get up at 3-4 o'clock in the morning on a Monday morning and race with the Europeans in the FSR group. So we know he can definitely steer this car around. He has to make a move pretty soon, as he's trailing Gabriel Nunes. Oh, just overshot it there in the medium tyres. Trying to come back on, but he's got to let Scott go. And he does so. So Gabriel should just tuck in now, use the DRS, and tuck in behind Scott Flack, just follow his lines. As Scott's next target is Matthew Pritchard in the Red Bull. And Pritchard chasing down James Spotto. So this is a great little battle here too, with Scott Flack about to join the fold in P5, on board with Matthew Pritchard now. Remember, he is on the hard tyre, the white banded tyre, so he's going for the tyre wear over lap time at the moment, where Scott Flack behind him is on the soft. So in the DRS zone we may see him come from behind and trail. Deep into the braking zone, down to 4th gear, down to 3rd. 5 laps already gone, and Vlad Tokarev's already posted his 2nd best lap of the race so far. 5 down, another 45 to go. Oh, Scott Flack, will he come up under brakes there? Yes, he does. He gets the job done. Straight through. We'll see how Scott does it. This is a replay now. Scott Flack, watch him go up the inside. Oh yeah, very much stronger under brakes there. As we're back live now on Scott Flack moving up into P4. 1.5 seconds down behind James Spotto. It's Tokarev out front from Russia. Eric Chandra in P2 at the moment, just wanting to stay out there as much as he can. He is on the hard compound, so he should make these last about 30 laps, depending on how good he is on his tyres. Can't lean on these tyres too much. If you do lock up in these cars, you do flat spot the tyre, and you definitely need to come in a pit. The vibration is too much for the guys to handle, so they definitely come and get those tyres replaced, fresh new boots. Otherwise, especially on our full motion sims here at Entertainment Park, it's quite a violent ride with the full motion simulator. We can only imagine what the real boys do in real life as they have to go through the flat spotting. I just heard Gabriel Nunes yell out. We'll see what happened here. Comes in under brakes, trying to overtake. Oh, he's just clipped the grass there, unfortunately. Back live now. On board with Eric Chandra, our Indonesian counterpart, racing for Team Stake in a Joe Guan Yu livery. Oh, Flack and Spotto close together too. Looks like a three-way now. Pritchard up on the back of Spotto, and Spotto challenging Scott Flack in the moment. Pritchard really getting the hang of this Red Bull. He's going to charge down, looks like. Left Pritchard right behind him. Those three going through, third, fourth and fifth. Oh, Pritchard just going wide there, had to slow down, keep it on the tarmac. He's lost a bit of time there. Such a fast section here. Watch how fast they go through. This at times. He won't get DRS on this lap, but this is a DRS zone. I'd say James Spotto behind him will get the DRS as he's within a second. Look at that, dropping one gear. It's all about timing, and look how smooth Scott Flack takes that section. He starts to pull away from Spotto, almost a second and a half back now. Andrew still coming to grips with the McLaren. Just trying to be consistent. He loves his Formula One, so he really wants to make the most of it. He's been improving his practice times as he's one of our rookies as well, but definitely doing a fantastic job in the McLaren, the Oscar Piastri McLaren there. It's only 3 seconds behind Gabriel Nunes, so if he knuckles down, he can chase through. He's not going to get DRS just yet. He takes that line really nicely. We're on board with Andrew Shalori now. Oh, he just hesitated turning in there. He was a bit too early, but still got through quite nicely. Should take a bit of a tighter line. Just to thread that needle between the S's. But watch him take this left, right. Beautiful, nicely done. Throw all the weight to the right and then throw it to the left as he turns right. Gets through Scott Flack. He's on a PB at the moment as well as he crosses the line. He's 7 seconds off Eric Chandra. So keep an eye on that gap there. That's a gap I'll expect to reduce as these two are battling it out. Oh, Pritchard again. Just outbraking himself in that same spot we saw him do last lap as well. Or a couple of laps before, and that's costing him a bit of time as he's dropping off the back of James Spotto now. Vlad Tokarev showing us how it's done. Crossing the line with a 1:17. That's at least 2 seconds quicker than Scott Flack, the second fastest out on track. The rest are averaging around the 120s now. So he's doing that on the mediums as well, which I'm sure he can still push these tyres as hard as he can and they won't wear too much. We're on board with the leader, Vlad Tokarev from Russia. If you're taking those, just watch his braking and turning in and gear selection here. Should be down to second gear. Nice and smooth. He takes that nice and early. Be patient on the next right. Once you know the exit's there. Ten laps down, 40 to go. Oh, this is Andrew and Gabrielle now, both racing with us from Entertainment Park. It's Gabrielle in the Mercedes with Andrew in the McLaren. Oh, two's not going to go through there, but Gabrielle, oh, there we go. Andrew unfortunately just spun out there. Just trying to show Gabrielle in the... That's better. Gabrielle in the racing with us in our full motion simulators, the SimWorks V2. If you want to join us for the next race, you can do that. Just come in and race with us on a night, usually starting from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. You get a lot of practice in and definitely support. If you're just starting in a sim racing, we definitely look after you, as these two have done in the past. So we've got, that's Gabrielle Nunez on screen. We'll go across to Andrew. Looks like Andrew's camera's not working for us at the moment, so I'll go back to Gabrielle. Okay, so the guys are spreading out a bit now. The only next thing will be Vlad lapping these guys, but I still got a fair bit to catch up. As you can see on the track map, top right hand corner, he's out there by himself. The closest is Gabriel Nunez going into turn one at the moment, so it's a full length of the front straight there. Tokarev, Eric Chandra still in P2, quite relieved that he can set his own pace in P2. Scott Flack reducing that gap to 5 seconds now, 5.5. Not too sure when we're going to see Scott pit, but Eric's on the white banded tyre. There's Scott in the background. And over the length of the race, this is what we're going to see. Oh, Eric just eating the dirt on turn one there. Scott reducing that gap to 4.3. The gap, Scott posted a 118.9 on that last lap with Eric 120.1. So he's definitely closing, but the different compound is helping as well. James Spotto in P4 doing a great job, just holding firm, holding that position. He's dropped 11 seconds off Scott Flack, but he's got a 7-second buffer on Matthew Pritchard in the Red Bull. Oh, just flies through that corner. On board the Red Bull now in 8th gear. Probably go down 2 gears. No, he's just 7. Very smooth through there. Nicely done on that right-hander. Another right. This left-hander really tricks you. Can't overshoot it too. Nice apex through there. Just guiding it through the last corner. A bit wide there, but he's managed to get it through. You can see the change of direction, how sharp that is. That's how it is in real life too. If you're watching on the weekend, these boys, and if you've ever watched it live, you really get a great appreciation for the change in direction and how much grip these cars have. The downforce is so incredible. You just can't believe how they can get that car 200, 300 kilometers. Oh, and that's Eric Chandler just... Oh, see what happened with Eric. He's out in front. The front tires are smoking up. So did he... Oh, he's just ever so slightly clipped the grass, but that's all you need to spin as he does. But he's rejoining P3 as we go back live. As he settles into P3 now. I was looking forward to a bit of a fight there, but he's just gifted that to Scott Flack, who reclaims P2 from the grid. We'll see the positions gain. The top 3 stay as they are, but James Spotto from P6 has moved up, from back of the grid, sorry, has moved up into P4, up 3, Pritchard up 1, and Nunes up 1, and unfortunately Andrew down 3 there. So the boys, after 15 laps, there's still 35 laps to go, so pretty much a third of the way through, just under. The boys have really got to concentrate on what they're thinking about. Are they going to still keep hitting their apexes, or are they going to start thinking what they need to do or need to get at the shops next? You know, this is where the mind starts to wander, especially if they're out there by themselves. Are they do they have the mental capacity to just concentrate and knock out hot lap after hot lap? So the lap times are pretty consistent, still averaging in the 120s, the top 2 in the 18s and 19s. But very close, only 1 or 2 seconds splitting the whole field there. Andrew in the McLaren posting his personal best with a 120 flat. So he's getting better as the race goes on. Onto the mediums now, so probably that's his chosen compound. We did see him come in the pits after that earlier spin. That probably developed a flat spot. And as you know, once you flat spot the tyre, that under any braking zone, that tyre is likely to stop on exactly the same spot, making that flat spot even worse. So it's better to just come in, get your tyres replaced as soon as you can, and get out there, knocking out the faster laps. Just see if anyone's coming to the pits. We did see, Nunes has been in as well, and Andrew have come in for spare tyres. So we know Andrew Chilau is on the Chilauri, I should say, is on mediums, and so too is Nunez now. And Tokarev's still on his first set of mediums as well, out in front, lapping in the 118 still. The vision looks a bit sketchy. There is a bit of a ping as he is racing with us from Russia, so quite a high ping shows that a bit sketchy on track, but it's that's not what it looks like in real life. Scott Flack racing with us from New South Wales, closer to the server, so his ping's nice and solid and shows nice and smooth on the track. Flack lapping within a second of Vlad Tokarev, so that's no mean feat. That's an incredible job from Scott Flack. He's taken out our last two Formula One leagues, and he is current defending champion in our F1 league that we held a couple of years ago. I think it was 2 or 3 years running, and just untouchable. The closest driver to challenge him was Marty Porter, who was keen to race with us tonight but couldn't make it, unfortunately. So hopefully we'll host some more F1 races throughout the year. So if you're interested, definitely hit the link on our Discord link in the description down below, and also get a copy of this car and track and see what times you can do around Albert Park, as we're almost reaching the 20th lap now. Eric, after that spin, is still on the hards. He really needs to make these work for him, otherwise he's going to give too much away. He's got a 14-second gap to James Spotto. In P4 at the moment. In here and coming down the gears in the second gear. Oh, just lighting up the rear there on the soft tyre. So there is a prize pool for these guys. There is prize money with thanks to our sponsors. We just see James Spotto almost going wide there. He's got to keep his rhythm back, get in the groove, which it looks like he's done. As I said, prize money thanks to our sponsor, Matrixx Plumbing. And that's Matthew Pritchard in the Red Bull from Matrixx Plumbing. He's $100 per round. And $50 going to the winner tonight, $30 going to P2 and $20 going to P3. So these boys are racing for the cash. Oh, Spotto just lighting it up. Those rears are probably due for replacement. He's done 21 laps on a set of softs, and the tyre wear's set at times too. So I'm sure they're about to go now. I'm sure he'd be more worried about the fronts. So if you start to see him understeering there, it means those soft tyres are about to go. We'll see how he takes this corner here. Listen to that engine as they go through that section. So Flack trying all he can to chase down Tokarev out front. We go through Matthew Pritchard. That's our sponsor from Matrixx Plumbing. We thank him. He'll be supporting every round with $100. Oh, and Pritchard wants to give way to the leader, but he's this is what happens when you slow down and don't take your line. You start to slip up, and he's just got in front of. This is a replay now of how he got it done. He tried to give way to Vlad, but he's just unfortunately spun and clipped the back there. So we go back live, taking turn one. Those hard tyres are not working for him at all. Looks like he's pulling up. I'm not too sure if he's retiring from there. He might have something wrong with the sim. Oh no, it looks like he's retired for the night. Being a plumber, he's got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'd say he's getting an early one tonight. Scott Flack now 38 seconds behind the leader. Vlad running away with this. Circulating. Whoa. After that incident, Scott Flack gained a couple of seconds there. But won't be enough to catch Vlad at this rate. We're almost halfway there. These boys are going to start to think, God, when this race is over. But with Formula One, that's the game here. It's a mental game just as much as I'm just reading a note from Matthew Pritchard. Looks like he's lost his sound. So I'm not too sure what's going on there for him. So we'll have to get that sorted out for the next race. As he retires for the night. We'll get on to that for next race for him. Oh, and this is Scott Flack coming in after 23 laps. That's halfway. Listen to the detail in that engine. It's beautiful mod. So this car's put together by the guys at Advanced Simulation. Again, if you get the chance, download the link in the description down below. Get on board one of these cars. They're a beautiful car. They got the 22 season and the 23 season as well. So these boys work really hard and deliver some beautiful content. Make sure you like and subscribe, donate through Patreon as well, Advanced Simulation. Follow the links on the R Factor 2 workshop, which the link down below will take you straight to. They've been delivering quality time and time again, and this is no exception. To have the 23 cars ready by April is pretty amazing. Even, I think it was March, early March, late Feb, they were ready. And it's free for you to download. Just hit the subscribe button. R Factor 2 will download it for you. All you've got to do is hit the subscribe and then reboot your R Factor 2 and it'll download it and install it automatically for you. Alright, so there's a bit of movement midway through the pack. Scott Flack in P2. Eric Chancho, and this is a fight for P2 now. That's Spotto on a set of softs, chasing down Chandra now. We're on board with Spotto chasing down Eric out in front. Looks like he's gained a fair bit of time there. turn these cars up so you can hear it. Beautiful engine. Eric just going off into the dust there. He may have had an incident on those set of tyres, which is putting behind James Spotto, and that was just him coming back through. Spotto doing all he can to hold on to the back. He's definitely in sight. I'll see if Vlad's actually come into the pits because he's just posted a 1:16.8, so I assume it's on tyres. No, it's not. Oh, that's amazing. On the back end of his stint on the hard tyres, no, he has pitted. He must have, because I'm sure he started on the mediums. Now he's on the hard, so he's going to take these to the end. Not sure why he didn't just stay with the mediums, to be honest, but anyway, he's posted a 1:16.8 on hard tyres. And Flacky did his 1:18, which is his PB as he crosses the line. That's his fastest, a 1:18 flat. And that's on a set of mediums. So imagine what he can do now on another set of softs, but he can't think about that. He's just got to put his head down, stay in P2, make sure Eric doesn't come and charge him down from P3, but he's yet to pit on a set of hards. So Eric might take these hards right to the end or give us a short stint on the softs right towards the end in the last 10 laps. Maybe he can bridge that deficit to Scott Flack, but he needs to manage those tyres all the way to that point. Maybe we'll see Eric come in around lap 35. Take those soft tyres to the end. Scott's on medium, so he's not giving away too much. He's going to stretch out that gap now. While Vlad's still posting fastest sectors. Just went through with a fastest sector 2 of 17.9. Everyone else in the 18s. Takes it nice and wide. Down the front straight now. Up to 310 kilometres before the braking zone. Through turn 1 at 210 kilometres an hour without even blinking. That's the gap there back to Eric Chandler from Indonesia in the Alfa Romeo. Gabriel Nunes back in P5. That's him on board as you can watch him live. It's a better shot of Gabriel Nunes in the Mercedes. Big 43-inch screens, triples on a SimWorks V2 full motion simulator, direct drive steering wheel. He's definitely got the gloves on for this one. Through the showgrounds there, very tricky left-hander. Even the camera's struggling to focus on the action. Our driver focus thanks to Matrixx Plumbing. Our other sponsors, SimHaus, MJ Build, Interflow Plumbing, also sponsoring their leagues, V8 and British Touring Car, and we're racing here from Entertainment Park here in Bankstown. So we've got 8 full motion simulators. If you want to come and try them out, definitely come on down. We're open 10 to 10 every day of the week, although we are closed this Friday for Good Friday, so we'll be open first thing Saturday morning, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So make sure you come and say g'day and have a drive with us. I've actually got Andrew's footage up now as he comes into pit. Comes in for a quick set. And he's gone on to the hard compound, so off he goes on cold tyres. The track's starting to rubber up now, so the grip's coming to them. He's able to take the hards to the end. "30 laps down, only 20 to go." That's that second middle sector of the race has gone through pretty quickly. Go back through the order. It's Vlad Tokarev just smashing it out in front. Still lapping in the 117s. Scott Flack in P2 trying to chase him down. The gap down to, well, it's at 45 seconds at the moment. It's just crossed on the line with a 118.3. Half a second slower than Vlad. Eric Chandra from Indonesia is crossing the line now in P3. He crosses the line at a 119.5. So he's definitely coming to the pits as well. He's changed his tyres. He's now on the medium compound. We'll just bring up the tyre compounds for everyone, show you at home who's on what compound. Tokarev still showing on hards, which he has. He was on mediums, I'm sure. Blackie and Chandra both on mediums. Spotto on softs. Nunez went to the mediums, and Andrew goes back to the hards. Alright, so the guys spreading out on track at the moment. Look at the speed going through that section. Coming the tight turn 16, 15 and 16 onto the main straight. A nice long straight. Guys unfortunately won't be getting DRS. There's no one in front of them to activate the drag reduction system. There's actually 4 zones at Albert Park, which made the racing on Sunday quite interesting. Not so tonight due to the guys spreading out a fair bit. So this last part of the race will definitely test their mental strength as they knuckle down, try and focus and hit those marks, not giving away too much time on loss of concentration. I got to say the lap times they're doing are pretty solid, averaging still around the 120 and 119 a lap mark. So for the guys this far in, it's doing a great job. Just seeing the smoke coming up from the front of Eric Chantra's car. Oh, he drops a gear to get through that corner, down to 4th. Another driver just in front. That is Gabriel Nunez, I think. just going wide there. This is how the drivers see it, with the halo actually made transparent, so makes it easy to see. Some of these braking zones and apexes are right in the zone of the halo there. So in the simulator software, you can have the option of just making it transparent without getting rid of the complete halo altogether. Watch this as they just throw the car in. The car just sticks to the ground for them. They've got the confidence just to do that. Dropping down one gear. Oh, Andrews copped the stop and go penalty. I think it's a drive-through. I'm not too sure if you saw the notification up on screen. I can see the back of his screen because he is on. He is driving inside Entertainment Park right behind me. As Nuno's just giving way to Chandra there. see Andrew just coming down the main straight now into turn 1, taking that nice and cleanly. Definitely had 43 laps to practice that one. Plus, oh, looks like James Spotto's pulled out as well. So he's retired as well. Not too sure what happened there. We missed that as I was probably serving the other customers. Eric Chandler just coming down the straight now in P3. Hopefully we get more entrants coming for round 2 unannounced. Just round 2 as we'll announce the calendar pretty soon. So make sure you hit that SimHaus Discord channel link and get all the info as it comes firsthand. So 6 laps to go. This is the race for P4. Andrew on the back of Gabriel Nunes. Andrew's last lap was a 1:21. And Gabriel's struggling to stay on track now. Either the tyres are gone. I'll quickly see if I can have a look at his tyre wear. Don't actually see his indicators at the moment, but he must be thinking, oh, and there's Andrew coming hard down on Gabriel Nunes. The gap under 1.5 seconds now, or just on. He's got 5 laps to get the job done. He's closing in under brakes there. Really close. This will be an exciting finish for these two. Andrew just has to stay on track now. Andrew on hard tyres as well, so I'm sure he wish he had different compounds. Go a bit faster, but Gabriel just got to stay solid and hold that position for P4. Gabriel crossed the line with a 1:21.4. Andrew didn't post, probably exceeding track limits there. Five laps to go on the counter. Vlad Tokarev dominant all race out in front. 65-second lead from P2. Scott did have to work back through the field, so lost a lot of time there. But when he did get back into P2, he was about a 33-second deficit. So Vlad just rolling away from the rest of the field. As Andrew's closing in ever so slightly. 1.3 the gap to Gabriel Nunes in P4. This is going to be a tough battle for Andrew to get up on the back of Gabriel Nunes. We're on board now. We can watch Gabriel Nunes here at Entertainment Park on our simulators, and on screen that's the gap. The two drivers actually physically racing right next to each other. So it's on between these two. I'll see if I can bring up Andrew's camera. It seems to be freezing on us tonight. That's Andrew's vision chasing down Gabriel Nunes. He triple footed. You can see the car in front now. He can see what he's got to chase down. 3 laps to go. Can he get the job done? Oh, he must be tasting that position right now. As you can see, Gabriel just nutting out the laps. Crossing the line with a 121. And Andrew too, a 121 as well. So not much in it. Andrew's got to be close in that gap. At least 0.4 of a second per lap if he's going to make any dent on this position here. Now we're back to Gabriel defending out front. Okay, so the gap's still a 1.3. Just crossed to the leader now in P1. Last lap of 118, so he's been pretty consistent with a 118. Posting the fastest lap of the race with a 116.8. This is Scott Black in P2. His fastest lap today has been a 117.1. He just did a 119 as well. So these guys are too good. Go back to Gabriel. Oh, he's got the job done. Let's see if I can catch it. See when the job was done. There's only a lap to go, but he must have done it through here. Oh, Gabriel. And the battle's still on for the position. They're swapping turns. We've got the leader about to take us through the last lap, but these two are still on it. Alright, so the battle's still on. They're not too sure what to do. They've never raced this close together before. Who's going to take around the outside? Yeah, no, that's not going to work for Andrew. He wants to get back on the back. Vlad's on the last lap of the race, but we've still got time to cross back to the race that's within. Gabriel and Andrew. Oh, they both go wide there. No, he's just cooked it. That'll be the end. Gabriel's just got to bring it home. And it looks like Vlad's coming round to take the checkered flag. Master stroke from Vlad Tokarev earns himself another $50. Prize winning. Congratulations to Vlad. Dominant all night. Untouchable there. Scott Flack's got to come round. take P2. Still got a bit to go there. The other guys are going to cross the line before him, I think. That's Scott Flack just getting around Gabriel Nunes, who's going to be comfortable in P4. See where the other guys are. Eric around the back of the course while Scott Flack's about to cross the line. P2. He had to fight hard after that first lap incident, first corner incident, but he'd done the job and he finishes in P2. That's Gabriel Nunes behind him, taking his checkered flag. Eric Chancher's got to come around and collect his. And he's got Andrew, who actually had to pit on that last lap just to get round that one more lap. So it looks like he run out of tyres, and that's the reason why he spun it. Oh, that's Andrew crossing the line. And James Spotto and Matthew Pritchard retiring early with issues there. So that's the results. Congratulations to Vlad Tokarev from Russia, taking it out ahead of Scott Flack in P2. Eric Chancher from Indonesia takes home P3, quite solid in that position. And we had a great battle towards the end there, but Gabriel Nunes comes away with P4 ahead of Andrew Shalari. James Spotto in P6 in the second of the Mercedes cars, and Matthew Pritchard with electrical issues finishing in P7. All right, well, if you want to join us, hit the link, join our Discord that's in the description down below. And that concludes round one of the Championship Champions League for 2023. Again, there'll be more news on the calendar, so stay tuned, and we'll see you on the next race.